with Mac and G. Finance for you and your family. I am Siri and I will be your assistant. Smiley face.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Well, welcome back to Money with Mac and G. My name is Ben Jones, wearing a little moolah around my neck. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the stimulus checks we're going to get on. We're going to talk a little bit about potential video game stocks in 2021. We're going to ask a couple questions to the kids. Say hi, kids.
Hi. What's up?
What's up? Yes, and then we're going to go through market cap, or learn a little bit about market cap, the markets, and some things we can do in order to save money. So let's go ahead and get started. McKenna, what's your word for the week? What's going on?
My word for the week. I'm just really excited because we have a 3-day weekend. I don't know if that's for everyone, but it's Martin Luther King Day, which is also something to be excited about. So, yay!
And this week, are you going to show us your medallion too? So we can be twinsies?
I don't have my medallion.
I know, you missed it. But
Technically, I'm a triplet because I'm a twin
with all of us. And we think that this is the first week back to school, so you are extra tired, we know, but you're going to have that extra day on Monday with Martin Luther King Day. Grant, what's your word for the week, bud?
Really, it's mostly just like everyone getting back in school, and I'm not ready for it.
Wow. Okay. So you're trying to get back to school. You're going to get a 4-day week next week, 3-day weekend. It's all good. You're going to be sleeping late. That's so awesome to hear. And one of the things, that I was thinking about over this past week is, guys, where were we, a couple summers ago?
We were on a cruise and it was amazing.
Barcelona.
And where do we go? Barcelona. And what's the big news this past week in Barcelona?
It snowed there, people. It snowed.
And it was crazy snow. I think it was like 22 inches, if I remember correctly. 22 inches, guys. That wreaks havoc. It's the worst snowstorm they've had in how long, you think?
50 years.
Yes. 50
Really?
years.
Wait, how is that even possible? 22 inches? Isn't that
I think it was 22 inches.
Wait, like to your waist?
Yeah, but it all came down. They moved it out of the way. More came down.
Why?
But it's like
That
2
sounds
feet.
fun.
2 feet. Crazy, huh? That really...
Rip the little toddlers walking out there.
Well, remember...
Respect to those little toddlers dying every day in those little snow...
Grant, come on.
Not dying. Sorry.
So...
Trudging through
Trudging through the snow. Sorry. Okay.
We had the 21 or 22 inches, but it's interesting, and we were there, right? And when we did our travels, didn't we go to my fun place, Naples? I always got to bring this up to make McKenna feel bad. We went to Naples, and why did we go to Naples?
For pizza.
Because Dad's favorite is pizza.
Yeah.
And we went into Naples, where the home of the pizza, the margarita, and... guess what happened?
McKenna had seasickness.
So we had to turn right around 5 minutes on to Naples and go right back to the boat. And Dad, did he get his pizza?
Nope.
No. Thank you, Mickey.
Well, I mean, we did get like a little icy, like things
got
that you
an icy-
get like movies,
Yeah.
like slushies.
That is your consolation prize and not the one that I actually wanted. So with that, we're starting to see a lot more of the stimulus checks. And like snow in Barcelona... that snow wreaks havoc and really hits finances, right? Because it shuts down the country. Nobody can work. Money's not moving around. People aren't earning money. And it's just crazy. But we've got our stimulus checks in. Did I get my stimulus check?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yeah. And I got how much for each one of you guys?
600.
Yeah. So it was a good week at the end of the day. And what else happened this week, though? We got some money in. Dad was feeling good. And where's the money going out to? We talked about this last week.
It is going towards a car.
Ooh, a car.
And even after all that analysis, what did we decide on?
A Tesla, which is surprising me because,
Tesla Y SUV.
Yes.
Tesla Y SUV. And how much did it cost?
A lot.
42,000, I believe.
42. Yeah. It's like the cheaper Tesla that they have.
It's like a stab.
My dad's wallet.
The short range came out, which means that it was less expensive. Doesn't go as far, 244 miles. But what did we find out about our trade-in for our minivan? Because it's what's important to know. It starts with a D and rhymes with depreciation.
Depreciation.
Yeah. And is depreciation important?
Yes, it is.
Because what do we do with our minivan, guys?
You sold it to CarMax.
And why did we sell it to CarMax, Mac?
Because Tesla was offering amount of money that we found a better offer, basically.
So what did Tesla? You remember what Tesla offered us, G?
It was like 1,300.
They did, but they originally offered us what?
3,700, I think.
And they said we had to take pictures. Mom went out and took pictures, McKenna, and what happened? They came back and
they charged 1,300.
they offered
Yeah, they
1,300.
Yeah.
So we couldn't take that. We went over to CarMax, and what did I get this morning?
$4,000.
Yeah. And what is the lesson to learn, guys?
You do not go with your first choice because I guarantee there's always going to be a better one, unless you're really lucky. And just
Well, there's going to be other offers, so you just got to evaluate them all, right? And if we would have just went with Tesla, we would have gotten
lost a lot of money.
$1,300 instead of
The 4,000.
$4,000. So that's a big deal. And what else do we learn when analyzing Tesla versus our minivan? How much money will we save as a difference between using gas and
90
electric charge.
electric charge?
Oh, sorry.
How much do we save a day on average? You remember?
$3.
Yeah.
$3 a day, 30 days in a month. How much a month?
90.
McKenna, how much a year?
1,080.
1,080. And how long do we have our cars? Because our minivan, how long have we had our minivan?
Like
About 11 years, like
11
a couple
years.
of days ago. Yeah.
So we bought the minivan, I think, at around $32,000, and it depreciated all the way down to
4,000.
amen. That's $28,000 we got used up. So it's important to look at those numbers. And the Tesla for us is going to save us about how much a year?
90,000. Wait, I mean,
90 bucks a month or 1,080
oh,
a year.
sorry. I thought you were asking for 9 years. I was like,
Well, 9 years. How much are we going to save in 9 years? What's 9 times
9
1,000?
wouldn't even.
Well, not 9,000,
Like,
but
more
we'll probably
than that.
we'll probably save it for at least 10 years because we like to keep our cars because of that big bad D word,
Depreciation.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep them a long time so that we're the ones that get it. So that was a very exciting part of the news this week and a lot of things going on. But one of the items that we wanted to go over, we always go do the markets, right? Let's do the markets. What happened in the markets just overall last week?
So Dow, it went down by 0.9%, and it went up by 0.7% throughout the whole year,
For the
January 1st.
Since January 1st. Yeah. So we're still up for the first 2 weeks of the year, but we went down for the second week. And the Dow are the big companies, little companies, medium companies?
They're the big companies. They're like the top 50, I think.
Top 30. Dow?
30, yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
We're going to get that knocked into your mind. But think about 2 weeks ago when we did this, you guys were like, Dow? What? Huh?
What is Dow?
And then the S&P 500, Mac, the 500, not like the Indy 500, but how many stocks are in the S&P 500?
50.
500.
500!
Oh my gosh, I'm so.
You do this every time. I'm glad you're here to keep us laughing. So how many stocks, Grant, are in the S&P 500?
I think about 500.
How many, McKenna?
500.
Excellent. And then NASDAQ. What does NASDAQ talk to us about?
All the tech companies.
Yes. So the Dow is 30 big companies, usually older, but we know got Apple, got a lot of other companies in there. But S&P is a broad looking at all the companies. And then NASDAQ is the tech companies. And so how did the NASDAQ do? This one's important.
So NASDAQ, as we talked about as in our last podcast, did really well over 2020. But this week, it didn't do the best. Let's just say that.
How'd it do?
Sorry.
It went down about $200.
Well, 200 points because they're
Yes,
not dollars,
points,
but what is the percentage they went down, Mac?
1.5, right?
1.5%. And if we looked at that over 50 weeks, that's like 75%. So that's a huge going down, right? Mm-hmm. So the NASDAQ got hit, the Dow got hit by 0.9. We've got S&P, which is overall pretty much a broad spectrum, was 0.7. What did crypto do? Did crypto go up last week?
Yeah, no, it went down by 5.9%.
So is crypto volatile, which means it moves up and down quite a bit?
No, not as much.
Not as much. Crypto was 37% last week up.
It went like...
And then it went down 6%. Those numbers at 6% over an entire year, that's 300%. That's crazy.
What I meant was it goes up and down less than those the smaller stocks.
No, crypto actually
Duh.
will go up and down like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Great.
My bad.
So that's why we're here, because we're learning, right?
Yes.
Crypto is very volatile. It went up, 2 weeks ago, 38% almost, and down 6% in the last week. Those are some big moves. But over the year, crypto is up from January 1st by about 30%. Now, what about our day trading? Kyle and I doing some day trading. What are we up last week?
Your day trade went about 13.6% up.
Yep. So for the year, the first 2 weeks, which doesn't necessarily tell us everything, it's up about 22%. What about Apple? What happened to Apple last week?
Rip Apple. Okay. It went down by 3.9%.
So you guys are in the can 5%. Ow! Ow!
Why?
So some big moves there. We just don't want to belabor it, which
Apple,
means
you
keep
better
talking about it.
you better come out with that like iPhone 13 through 20 something to bring that stock up.
But that's the whole thing. You guys know what a ticker symbol is, which is AAPL. We know what the markets are doing, so we're on top of it. So for 2021, we looked at something called the Motley Fool. And the Motley Fool, I believe, is owned by Yahoo. And they come out with suggestions, recommendations for certain stuff. We wanted to do a little something on video game stocks. Look at that face with G-Man.
Oh my gosh.
The top 5 that at least I found for 2021 from the Motley Fool are here. But McKenna, what happened to video game stocks in 2020? Were people playing more during COVID?
Basically, as you can probably guess, and as probably some of you guys actually did, during 2020, everyone was really bored in quarantine. They're like, hey, let's try out some video games or play more video games.
Let's kill some people with the video games. Bam, bam, bam. Right? And so they played a lot more, right? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So our resident expert right next to me, Mr. Grant Jones.
Hello.
Hello.
That's me.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi.
We got 5 of them: Capcom, Take-Two Interactive, Tencent, Activision Blizzard, and Electronic Arts. Which one do you know the most about because you actually invested in?
I invested in Activision Blizzard. So that's Call of Duty, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush Saga.
And McKenna saw that you were making so much money, and she wanted to be invested in it too, right?
She got jealous
Yes.
of me.
She got jealous. So Grant was already up $1,000 or so, and McKenna jumps in. She's probably made, $2-3 grand, doubled her money, and Grant has done a little bit better than that for sure because he loved it. Because what do we need to know about any investment? How do they...
Oh, how did they make the money? Yes.
Yeah, so each one of these companies are a little bit different. You know a lot about Activision Blizzard, a lot of Candy Crush, right?
Candy Crush.
Because you don't get to play Call of Duty. Come on. And EA Sports. What about EA Sports? Tell me a little bit about that because you had kind of an opinion about that one.
Okay, so EA Sports, it's like they charge so much money just like for the smallest things, like an expansion pack, like just to play a level. They charge like $5 for it.
So if you're trying to play a sports game and you're trying to do it on Electronic Arts or EA Sports, they charge you for all these extra. And we talked about Fortnite, right? Fortnite is pretty much free, right?
Yes, it is free.
But they randomly give you a default
Skin, and it's randomized too. So.
It's randomized. So I think the first time I saw you, you were a girl.
Yeah, I was.
He was a girl. And McKenna, what were you? Were you a boy or a girl?
I forgot my very first round that I played.
But what do you think? Or second round?
I was probably a boy the first
You're probably, I'm sorry. That's so confusing. For the skins, they get you in for free. And then how do they charge you money? They charge you money because you get different skins. Because you want to be a boy again, right?
Yeah.
Or you just want to fit in. Some people
Like-
don't really care what the gender is or...
And the defaults could be just about anything, right? So you got to know in an investment, especially when you're investing in a company, how do they make money? And if that's going to work. And in Fortnite, if it's a $60 game, how much do you think you spent on Fortnite?
Probably $100, but like I got like gift cards, so it's not like just direct money, but still.
Right. We got some discounts on those gift cards, but instead of spending $60 just for the game and getting everything, you spent $100 because you keep changing. And that gets pretty expensive. So EA
And, like,
Sports.
Average is like $200 per person.
Really?
100 to 200, yeah.
So you talk about an interesting way to increase the spend on your product. These guys are finding it in the video game world. And so that's why they wanted to do something on video games. And Electronic Arts, the sports, they charge you for everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what FIFA is?
FIFA, that is soccer.
Right. So that's like the Federal International Football Association, because overseas football is what you play with your foot, which is soccer. Yeah. So the EA Sports, we know Activision Blizzard a little bit. What about Tencent? What happened with Tencent? They own a lot of other companies. Tencent is a Chinese company. And what were you tell me about them?
Okay, so I know a lot about like the companies that Tencent owns. League of Legends, apparently that's like a huge hit now. Like a bunch of people got it in like the past year or 2 years or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like exploded.
And how do they earn money that way?
I'm not that sure.
Okay, well, tell us about. You want to tell us about Rocket League, because they own some of Epic Games.
Yeah, Epic Games owns Rocket League and Fortnite. So.
Yeah, and so Rocket League. What about Rocket League? What is that? Because people don't really know that.
Okay, so Rocket League, it's like with cars, and basically you hit a soccer ball into the goal. So it's basically just car soccer.
But you do all kinds of crazy flips in your car. McKenna, do you play that?
I've played a couple of rounds. Like I don't have like I don't play a ton.
You don't like hitting the ball into the goal and seeing it explode and all the cars fly all over the place?
Explosion.
It's like, for me, it's like, welcome to Thunderdome. Because Thunderdome, they put a big net over it or a big cage over it, and you're inside doing it. And it's kind of fun to watch. So they opened it up for free, right?
Yeah.
And then what they do? They got tons and tons of people playing. And then what happened?
So like they have like credits, basically, like just the currency. It's like Fortnite. And they ask, like, you need to buy $5 worth of credits just to trade. So that's one way they make money. And
so it's just a different way to make money. They get you all worked up, and then they say, hey, if you want to do anything cool, we're going to charge you.
Yeah.
Right? So get you in free and then really work on that. So we got League of Legends, the Rocket League.
Supercell.
Supercell? Where's Supercell?
That's like yeah, Clash of Clans. I don't know if you heard of it.
Oh, Clash of Clans.
Yeah, Clash Royale,
that's fun.
Heyday, Brawl Stars. Some really good games.
It's
play.
not the most violent, but Mac, you and I played, and Grant and I played, and we played on teams and stuff. So
yes.
I don't know. I can recommend that as far as fun. Now you got to check out whether or not it's too violent, but they usually disappear. No blood, no other stuff.
Yeah.
But
and then Ubisoft. I don't know too much about it. Like, they make mobile games and console games.
Okay.
Like, I've Ramen Legends.
Ramen
Ramen noodles.
Like ramen noodles? They waving noodles around, catching people with noodles?
I think you can get that on a Nintendo Switch and the Wii U.
Yeah?
But, yeah, it's pretty good.
What about Take-Two Interactive? That's another one. So we've talked about Activision Blizzard, EA, or Electronic Arts, Tencent, now we're Take-Two, and then Capcom.
Okay, so Take-Two Interactive. That has Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, Grand Theft is really violent, right? You get points for
killing. Really violent.
Shooting, running over people, and stuff like that.
Red Dead Redemption, I don't know, like, I think it's like some sort of cowboy game. I'm really not sure, so I should not be guessing.
But these are different games that these places have, and when they have like a really good game, and they just essentially, what we say, print money. That means that game just keeps going on. People love it. They keep playing it online and everything else. So what about Capcom?
Capcom. That is a Japanese company. I don't know much about any of it. I've heard of Mega Man and Street Fighter. You probably know more.
Street Fighter was a long time ago, man. I remember playing that in arcades. And the thing that we're talking here about is just different stocks. We're not necessarily recommending them, but you know, knowing a little bit about it, knowing how they make their money, looking at the annual report, we'll keep digging into stuff, but we want to throw a few out there, have a little bit of fun with the video games. But we also wanted to, McKenna, what is the term that we wanted to kind of learn for the day?
Market cap, right?
Yep. And what is market cap? Is short for market
capitalization.
Exactly. Market capitalization. Hey, way to go, McAdoo. And how do you calculate market cap? Because, you know, you got all these fancy people on New York Stock Exchange saying, hey, the market cap is this and market cap is that. Well, how do you calculate it?
The market capitalization.
You can just say cap, market cap.
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 Is basically the number of shares that have been bought and the stock price. And then you just multiply those together and then you get...
So outstanding shares of a company times its current price.
Yes.
Now, tell me one company, McKenna, that's been doing crazy things over the last year.
Oh, okay. So Tesla.
You're just talking
Tesla
about
has
it.
been-
A year ago, Tesla's market cap was about what?
It was about
80 billion, I think.
Yep. Does that sound right? 80 billion, but that was a year ago.
And
And the
this?
number of shares, I don't think changed much. But Grant, what is it like now?
Okay, people. $783 billion. From the 80 billion all the way to 780 billion. So up by 700 billion.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's almost 10 times from 80 to almost 800. That's why Elon Musk is so rich, because he essentially grew that many times, because I don't think they issued a ton of new shares. And what is the calculation again? The number of
shares
times the current
price.
Yes.
But the price has been going up crazy. And what's the current price?
It's $783 billion, right?
Well, that's the market cap, but the current price is how much a share?
900,000? No, wait, what? Oh, per share.
Yes, let's get it straight. 900,000 shares. SHS is a share or shares.
Oh, $850.
Per share. Wow. So about $800 billion. Now, what was the first company, McKenna?
Yeah.
What was the first company to get past $1 trillion market cap?
It was in China, I think, and it was called PetroChina.
PetroChina. Okay. And how long ago was that?
It was in 2007, and it was the first in the whole wide world to have $1 trillion.
And what does a petro company do? Petrol company. Petro. Like Tony Petro. What does a petrol company do? What are we not going to need anymore with our Tesla?
Oh, gas.
Oh, the
Right.
petroleum or
Oil.
Petroleum, oil, gas. We don't need any of that. And that was $1 trillion back in 2007. What is it worth today?
Only one. Oh, it's not only.
Only.
Still,
How much?
But it dropped a ton, and it's now at 100 billion.
Grant, how much did it lose?
90%.
Or how much in dollars?
$900 billion.
Billion. I like a B because it's like Benjamins, all that fun stuff.
Anyways.
So it lost 900 billion. So market cap can go up and down. And what was the first U.S. company, G?
Apple, September of 2018, August of 2018. Sorry.
And Apple hit $1 trillion market cap. And who was right behind them, McKenna?
Amazon was literally a month behind them. In September of 2018, it went to $1 trillion.
And so it actually went below $1 trillion before it came back. So it can go underneath or below. And a lot of people who look at stocks and companies say, how valuable is the company? And they kind of look at market cap, because how much are you willing to buy that share for times the number of shares that are out there. Who was after Amazon?
Alphabet, the owner.
No, before Alphabet.
Microsoft.
We learned a lot about Microsoft. Now, these are starting to talk about a little bit about the FANG stocks, right? Facebook, Apple, Alphabet,
Netflix,
Amazon,
and
Google.
Google.
Oh, wait, Amazon's
Sorry,
not in there. Wait.
Amazon was the one I missed. You
Oh,
got it.
yeah.
Apple and Amazon.
Yeah.
That was my
Alphabet
fault.
is not it.
Ah,
Alphabet.
why'd I do that? And then, so Microsoft is in there, and then Alphabet was in January of when, Grant?
2020. So pretty
Very recent.
Yeah, and they were thinking Facebook was going to be next. I just checked it a few minutes ago. They're not there yet. They're about 800 billion. And who was 800 billion who came out of nowhere, which we just talked about?
Tesla.
Yeah, so Tesla. So pretty interesting stuff, right? Market cap, pretty easy calc. Outstanding shares times current market price goes up and down. And we have a handful. What was one last, can you guys remember? One last interesting fact about Apple that happened 2 years, I believe, after it hit $1 trillion market cap.
Oh, it hit 2 trillion.
2 years later, it hit $2 trillion. Woo!
That's like
That's a lot.
That's big. That's big.
So yeah.
So we talk a lot about like trading, and we've talked about the market cap, the market, what the Dow S&P 500, as well as the NASDAQ and some other stuff. And just want to throw out there, if you're looking to just dip your foot in the water, there are some different brokerage houses, which are the people that help you trade stocks. McKenna, can you name one brokerage house?
We don't actually use this, but it's called Robin Hood.
Robinhood.
Yeah. Robinhood is very easy. It came on the scene not too long ago. It has exploded with the number of people that are using it. I hear it's super easy. It doesn't have a ton of functionality from my perspective because I need some international markets, some foreign exchange stuff, got some other tools, bonds, mutuals, short selling. But the thing is, it's super easy if you just want to get in, get a stock. And what's cool about Robinhood, G, right when you sign up, you get some free
stocks.
Yeah, you might get one. I don't know if you get more than one, but you at least get one.
Yep.
And so Robinhood, McKenna, do you want to name another brokerage before we go to G?
I think it was called Charles Schwab.
Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, honey. All right. That was the first brokerage house that I actually used. And he was kind of a trendsetter because he was one of the first out there to get average people to invest in the stock market because you could do it through them. What's the one we use, G?
TD Ameritrade.
Ameritrade. Like American and trade. So yeah, we use that. It has a lot of functionality. But we just wanted to bring it up, especially because if you're kind of scared, don't be scared. Get out there, get on Robinhood, just get started. I wouldn't say start, and investing a ton without looking at it, but it at least opens your eyes. And Robinhood actually lets you get into crypto because crypto, which one are we talking about, McKenna, normally when we do crypto, our crypto quote?
Bitcoin. I was going to say that, but I was a little bit hesitant.
We like the bees. So Robinhood is definitely just a great place to start. And before we leave, there are two quick things. For your budget, things are getting tight. We just got our stimulus checks in. And look at your budget. Look for your savings. McKenna's doing a little dance. Do a little dance. Da-da-da-da-da. So the budget for your savings. Hey, now that we're a little slowed down, make sure to look at your subscriptions you pay every month, which are just like a little prick of blood every month. And if you're not using those subscriptions, you should cancel them. Which one did we just get hit with, Mac?
We got Disney Plus over quarantine.
And we said we'd use it for how many months? Like
2, like 2.
2 or 3 months. And how long's it been now?
It's like 7,
8, 9, 10.
I don't know.
Right? So we're going to go watch The Mandalorian and then we're going to can Disney Plus. So, let us know about that because help us stick to it. But check out your subscriptions. And the other thing that we can look at, McKenna, which we were just talking about that we might need to cut, or Grant, what were some of the things that we did? We did at home a while ago where they sent us the food.
Oh, I forget.
It's called Blue Apron or Hello
Blue Apron.
Fresh, right? And we paid for that, or going out to eat because we get kind of lazy. So when you're looking at your budget, if we need to tighten up, let's tighten up. Dump those subscriptions. Dump that extra cooking stuff at home, meaning the stuff you order to cook because it's more expensive, or the carry-out stuff. And add to your browser software a way to check your savings, which you say, what, Mr. Man? What was that guy's name?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
The honey man.
He's always saying honey. If you haven't looked at honey, look at honey because it can check your price of anything you're trying to order.
This is not sponsored.
Sponsor us.
This is not sponsored by honey. So it's not sponsored by honey. And you don't have to necessarily use them. It's just make sure that when you're ordering stuff that you're getting the best price that's out there. Last thing I want to say, limited edition coming up, entrepreneurial attitude, your money mindset. We're going to have some entrepreneurs, some other successful people talking about the ups and downs of their experiences, which led them to be both successful and to be rather wealthy normally. So you're going to hear those on Fridays for the next handful of weeks, depending on how good they go. And we really thank you for being here and really enjoy your Monday off. Right, guys?
Yes.
Hey, hopefully this gets out before Martin Luther King Day is over, but it probably will come out on Tuesday. Maybe you really enjoyed MLK. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time on Money with Mac and G. Time to say goodbye.
Bye.